there is this idea that when it comes to shame, and you mentioned looking at yourself in the mirror and then all of this negative self-talk, and then you'd kind of weigh yourself just to kind of prove to yourself, yes, I am overweight, and just almost this more self-deprecating behavior, and then you eat foods that aren't good for you. They say like the most critical you are of yourself is kind of like your ceiling. That's the most you can love yourself, and then that translates into other relationships that you have with other people.
That's right.
So I love that you said you threw out this scale, because I think to some people they would say, well, that's him giving up or being lazy or whatever. But I think hyper focusing on the problem isn't going to help. It's how can I evolve and grow past this? What's really happening? It's not the food. For most people that are overweight, it's very rarely the food. There's something a lot deeper going on underneath.
That's
So
how
I
it
think
goes.
that's beautiful. I'm sure you probably have some people that come to you with food issues or with weight issues as well.
Yeah, and I'm going to say something first. The overall issue that we as human beings have is we have been programmed to live life from the outside in instead of from the inside out. And I want to explain this. This is very important. That scale was outside of me.
Hmm.
So there was an energetic connection and relationship that I had with that scale because that scale fed me something that I in my brain needed to make me feel the guilt that I needed in order to materialize the program that I was living under, which was I was ashamed of myself and I was overweight. And by the way, I had a story in my head back then that all Hispanics were fat. True story. This is actually what happened, right? So that's the scale, right? The TV is outside of myself, right? So the TV is outside of myself. And I had to start asking myself, why do I need the TV? There's nothing wrong with the TV itself, right? But why am I in a relationship with the TV where I need it? What is going on inside of me that I can't just sit here and read a book and be in silence and be still, right?
Hmm.
A woman, let's get into relationships now. A woman is outside of me, right? What's going on inside of me where I have to be with someone,
Hmm.
right? Where I can't just be happy with being within myself, you know? And that's where everything started to change for me. It was a moment where I actually had ayahuasca in my house. I was
Hmm.
getting ready to have a ceremony that weekend at my house for some close friends. And I don't know if you know about the medicine, but the medicine is so powerful that even being in your home, it starts to work on you.
Hmm.
And so at the time, I was thinking to myself that I had like, I wanted to find the one. I was always searching for the one, right? And I was looking and like, a woman would be there and I'd be like, oh, wow, she's beautiful. She might be the one. And then, oh, wow, she might be the one. It was like this constant thing in my head where I was always looking outside of myself, right? And then, anyhow, in that moment, what happened was I started to shake. When source speaks to me and heals me, my body starts to release some of the energy that I've been holding on to. Well, I started to shake and I was tears in my eyes and I was crying. I was by myself in the house. Nobody was there. I had just broken up with my wife at the time. We had just gotten divorced. And I was just like miserable inside. And I prayed out to God and I said, God, please, like, just where is she? When am I going to meet her? Where is the one? Right? Swear to God, here's what happened. My hand shoots up to the sky like this. My hand is shaking like this, right? It's shaking. And I'm pointing basically to the sky. This is not me. This is my body having some sort of reaction, right? And I go, where is she? Where am I going to meet her? Show me. And then my hand goes like this. And it starts pointing at my heart. And I'm just pointing at my heart over and over and over. And in that moment, I go, I'm the one. I'm the one I've been looking for.
Mm.
Right? I'm the one that I've been looking for my entire life, right? I can entertain myself. I can be with myself. I can love myself. I can discover myself. I can sit with myself. I can honor myself. I can unfold myself. I can unravel myself. I can become my highest self, right? But I can't do any of those things, if I'm living life from the outside in, you know?
That's so beautiful.